Since the information gathered during the nutrition assessment is crucial to providing targeted nutrition services, it is important for state agencies to develop a systematic process that collects all the necessary information for each participant. This helps to ensure quality and consistency across assessment activities while creating a framework in which WIC staff can function with confidence. However, a systematic assessment process cannot be so rigid that it reduces the assessment to a series of questions or data collection points. This rigidity can limit the CPA's critical thinking ability and make it more difficult to build a rapport with participants. While collecting assessment data, the CPA may start with a springboard question and ask probing questions as necessary. Springboard questions are broad and open-ended and help start the conversation. Probing questions engage the participant in a conversation that explores all of the health determinants that may impact her ability to achieve her desired health outcome. Asking probing questions will allow each nutrition assessment to be individualized and reflect each participant's nutrition and health status and situation. So, in order to find a balance between a systematic process and flexibility, the WIC nutrition and breastfeeding assessment is based on broad steps. These include setting the agenda, collecting relevant information, clarifying and synthesizing that information, guiding nutrition services, documenting the assessment, and conducting follow-up sessions. Think of the assessment like a house, with the foundation, walls, and a roof representing the steps of the process. Now picture living in that house after it's been fully decorated and furnished by someone who doesn't know your likes or dislikes or your family's needs. The countertops are too high, there's no place for your kids to play, you don't like the color of the walls, most likely you won't feel at home in that house. That is like a rigid assessment. Now picture that same house as just 4 sturdy walls and a roof. Using probing questions, the CPA and the participant decorate the house to reflect the participant's preferences, environment, and family size. This is like a systematic assessment process using the Vena approach. The steps in the nutrition assessment process are important, but they should be tailored to meet the needs and circumstances of each participant. With the Vena approach, both the CPA and the participant contribute to the overall success of the WIC program. CPAs create an environment that builds rapport with participants and allows the CPA to personalize the assessment. The Vena approach fosters ongoing partnerships with participants that are built on trust and mutual respect through open, honest, and respectful communication. Active listening and conducting interviews that focus on participants' capabilities, strengths, and internal motivation for positive change, not solely on their nutrition risks. When the participant feels comfortable and has a trusting relationship with us, it makes it easier for the participant to respond to nutrition assessment questions. Use the information collected as a basis for exploring the participant's health determinants. For example, if a participant says she was recently diagnosed with gestational diabetes, continue the conversation with additional probing questions to determine how WIC can best serve her. Do you have questions about your diet or what kinds of foods to eat to best manage gestational diabetes? Is there anything you would like to do to improve your diet? Are you going to your prenatal appointments? Do you need a referral to a healthcare provider or more specialized nutrition counseling? What are your infant feeding plans? Are you concerned that gestational diabetes will impact your breastfeeding goals? The artful and tactful use of probing questions can help us to better understand the participant and get to the root cause of some of her nutrition risks, which can include attitudes, beliefs, cultural practices, or family and social environment. Having asked the additional probing questions, we now have an idea of the intervention plan. For example, she has a doctor, so encourage her to keep her prenatal appointments. She has questions about the timing of her meals, so the nutrition education plan will help her schedule her meals and provide information on how to incorporate WIC foods into her meal pattern. She expressed interest in breastfeeding her baby, so she was given a referral to the next breastfeeding class, or if needed, to see a WIC designated breastfeeding expert. By focusing on the participant-centered approach and health outcomes, we can assess and reinforce the participant's strengths. Together, we can be confident that she will be positioned to build on her self-efficacy, which is a person's belief about their ability to succeed in reaching specific goals. This will help her make positive nutrition and health choices and reach her goal of a healthier and happier family. To learn more about the Vena approach, visit the WIC Works resource system at wicworks.fns.usda.gov.